So y'all are telling me that this man is 27, she's 54, and another couple just revealed 27 and 60? Yeah, episode 2 of Age of Attraction is already out of control. Let's talk about it.
Kay Unscripted, no teeth restricted. In this journey, watch our stories unfold.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is Kay Unscripted and I am your girl Kay. Today we're going to be getting into Age of Attraction season 1 episode 2, and listen, the age reveals in this episode absolutely insane. If you're new here and you enjoy messy reality TV recaps like this one, go ahead and subscribe and join the family because we're just getting started. Also, like the video and share it with a friend. Alright y'all, let's get into it. We left off with Theresa and John in the promise room. She reveals that she is 54 years and he didn't seem shocked at all. When she said her age, instead he asked her to hold on tight because he's about to reveal that he is 27. She's like, let me see your driver's license. She then reveals the ages of her children to him. He doesn't seem to care. He asks if that scares her, and she says the scariest part is the outside perception of the world. And he's like, well, you cannot control that. So they do decide to continue to pursue each other. And that's going to be interesting because he just got his sugar mama. The lady is old enough to be his mom. And I'm not even going to lie, Theresa does look really good for 54 years. But did y'all also hear him say, well, these are not my kids. These kids are not mine. That man don't care. He's just ready to get busy with her, and you could tell. Vanelle is having a conversation with Angel and Catherine. This is our first time meeting these two ladies. But she's telling them how torn she is about her connections with Jorge and Justin, and just how differently they both are as individuals. So we move on to the next activity, which is mountain biking. We see Pfeiffer, who's connecting with Derek. They're at this activity together. They start talking about traveling and the places that they've both been to. She also talks about the last trip that she went on with her family, which is a very small family, she said, and how she's hoping to have a big family one day. Derek says that family is very important to him also, but in his confessional, he shares that he purposely left out details about his family, and I'm just like, why? What are you hiding? But apparently, he has two sons, a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. He thinks telling her will probably scare her a bit, so he's hoping to tell her later, I guess, when the connection deepen, which I just feel like is kind of wrong. It's kind of giving manipulation, because tell me now so I can make a decision. Don't tell me when I'm too deep into it. I just don't like that. I don't like it at all. Just be transparent with her from the beginning and allow her to make a decision. But I don't like it at all. Then we're introduced to West. He is very handsome looking, I must say. But he says that he's on the apps and he would be swiping while driving. I'm just like, sir, you do know you shouldn't be on your phone while you're driving. Officer, arrest him, please. Because, does he not know that this is illegal? Anyways. He says that the experiment is pushing him to talk to girls that he wouldn't necessarily talk to. He's on a date with Joleen and Joleen. Y'all know I couldn't help myself. So this is also our first introduction to Joleen. She says that coming to the experiment, it's been terrifying for her because she lives a pretty comfortable and a routine life. We do find out that she's been married before and has a good co-parenting situation with her ex-husband. She's very curious about West's age, but let me see if I have a good guess. She looks like she's probably in her late 40s, and he's probably about 28-ish, because if old boy before that was 27, I think West is kind of around the same age group with him. They kind of do really look, well, he looks really young. So it seems like the next activity is forest bathing, and I was just like, what the hell is that? I have never really heard of forest bathing. That was really new to me. But Vanelle and Jorge are on this date. The instructor does explain what they're doing. So one person wears a blindfold, and the other person will be leading the one who's blindfolded through the forest. And they must use their other senses, right? So Jorge, in his confessional, he says that he and Vanille work really well together, and he wants to show his gentler side. Now, I'm gonna give him that, eh? He did do a good job leading her and giving her instructions, but in conversation, he does share that he's only dating her and he's not going to keep seeing anyone else. But he's not putting pressure on her because I guess he's aware that she is also dating another guy. Vanille says in her confessional that she was zoned in on Justin as the person she would have been leaving the experiment with. But if he was really the one, she wouldn't feel so conflicted. Now, I personally see her looking happier with Justin. That's just my opinion. And the fact that she kissed him so quickly, she's always so giggly around him. She's always so happy around him. But I don't know why I feel like she's going to pick Jorge. Okay. So we get to the next activity. It's called Superfly Zip Lines. We see Andrew and Libby on this activity. Andrew says in his confessional that he's really feeling Libby a lot and that she's complete chaos, but in all of the good ways. It's given that she's childish, but he likes it. Now, some guys like when they can teach a woman things. They like to train you. But guess what? You all are the trainable ones, not us, okay? She, on the other hand, says that when she likes someone, she tends to get really nervous and shut down. But she's hoping that doesn't happen on this date. Now, I hope you all didn't miss how he said if he sends that message to his group chat, they're going to say, dude, I thought we were going with something different. So that tells me everything I need to know. He's used to dating very young women and it's fun and healthy. That's what he said. So dating younger women is really his thing. And that for me is very creepy because why is it fun to date younger women? Anyways, he does ask her if she has more of a soft side or serious side because she's really been showing more of her funny side. She says it takes her some time to warm up to people to show that side of her because in the past when she has done so she has ended up really hurt and it's been hard for her to recover from the hurt, so she tends to be a bit more guarded. She asks for him to give her more details about his daughters because clearly that's a really important part of his life. He reveals to her that they're 14 and 12 and she was completely taken aback, so that lets me know that she's in her 20s. She ends up saying in her confessional that she was shocked and overwhelmed by that information and she's going to need some time to reflect because she's not too far from 14. Yikes. So it's given that she's in her 20s for sure. So the next activity is a spa treatment. We meet a guy named Chris who says that he's dating for marriage and that he's looking for someone he can take home to his parents no matter their age. Now we zoom in on a conversation with West and Joleen. Already she's a bit put off by him doing all of those backflips. She thinks it's immature of him, but what do you expect from a younger guy, right? I mean, boys will be boys. Isn't that what they say? She's curious about his age and he's like, well, I can take you to the promise room and we could just find out. Now, in her confessional, she says that dating younger guys, they tend to be excited about the new thing because why is he complimenting her so much so fast? So to her, it's kind of giving a red flag. And that's because he's ready to screw you. That's what it is. Now, Wes does say in his confessional that him being very flirty can be a red flag to some people, but he's being very honest and genuine when he is very complimentary to someone. So it's given that he's aware that it's coming off weird, okay? So we see Chris chilling with Catherine and he's just telling her about her natural beauty until Vanessa interrupts by inviting him to another pool. She wants some alone time with him. So we're introduced to Vanessa officially, who says that she hasn't been dating very much. It hasn't been really successful, but now she has the opportunity to meet different people from different locations. He does share that he's from Miami and she's from Ohio, and they're both saying that they're going to end up seeing each other when this is all over. She's coming to my state, I'm coming to her state. She's all over him, she's rubbing on him. She's asking him for a kiss. He's kissing on her hand. It's definitely giving just sexual tension between these two. Ladies, please let the man pursue you, okay? He seems to be into her, but we're just going to wait a little later to see how that plays out, okay? So it's the next day, and Vanelle and Justin have massages set up. She's trying to figure out which guy she's going to pick. And did you all see how much of a gentleman Justin was? He was holding the towel so that her body wasn't exposed. So very cutesy. He is a gentleman. I like Justin. Now he's feeling like he's ready to head to the promised room with her, but he's not really sure if she's ready to take that step. So he's getting a bit nervous. So as he's massaging her, he's asking her about her date with Jorge, and she gives him some details, and he asks, well, who does she have more chemistry with? She says that she has different chemistry with both of them. But in a confessional, she says that she's thinking about Jorge while she's on this date with Justine. Now he's kind of pressing her like, do you have anything else you want to say? Because I guess he was kind of leading the conversation to saying that he's ready to take things to the next level with her. But she was just like, nah. But she ended up telling him that she's worried that they're not a good match. She did turn him down in a very pleasant way, I would say. But the poor guy looked so disappointed. He did look like he took the news very well. You could see that he was turning red. He was really sad and disappointed. His ears were extremely red, and I felt so sorry for him. I felt so bad for him because he just seems like such a genuine, nice guy. So now we see a conversation with Vanessa and Chris. Apparently, she got the ick. Remember I told you we were going to wait to see how that plays out? Yes. So apparently, she woke up the next day and got the ick after kissing him. She said she moved way too fast and it made her take a step back, and it kind of made her realize that this is not her person. Was it the kiss? Was it his rep? Tell us what it was, girl. We want to know. She tells him that if he wants to date other people, he's free to do so because she definitely does want to date other people. He says that he's very grateful for the conversation and that's what they're there for. Ultimately, she feels like he is not the one for her. Y'all will learn, take your time. Then we see a conversation with Libby and Andrew. So they're getting into discussing Andrew's relationship with the mother of his children. He says that he has an amazing co-parenting situation with the mother of his children. So hear this, y'all. She asked him, well, do y'all kiss? He's like, no, we don't. Well, at one point we did. So that let me know that she's trying to find out, do you all screw each other every now and then? Because we know how that usually goes down. We know the stereotype with baby daddies and baby mamas. We know about it, right? So she's just trying to get some clarity. Now, to him, her asking that question made him blush. And I'm just like, what? What about that question made you blush? Anyways, he then tells her that his life is established in Baltimore, which is where his kids are, and his business is also in Baltimore. And he's trying to find out if she would possibly uproot for him, or would she prefer to be in a long distance relationship. Now, she didn't really answer the question. She did say that she was catching real feelings for him, but they got interrupted by a fly, so we didn't get to see them revisit that conversation, which also let me know that he's not trying to be that serious with this girl. Because why did y'all let that situation interrupt y'all from allowing her to say if she's going to do long distance or if she's going to move? What was that? Or maybe it was just editing, I don't know, but that's just how it was coming off. So we get to the next day. Andrew is getting ready to head to the promised room with Libby. He's saying that he wouldn't go to the distance with her if he didn't see her being a part of his daughter's lives. He's speculating that she's probably in her 20s, and I'm just like, yeah, me too. She said that she was thrown off by the age of his daughters and fears that their life paths are just too different. But she's trying to be open minded with him. So they get to the promise room. Andrew saying that he was trying to be a bit more intentional this time with the experiment, and I don't buy that at all, because remember earlier he said that his group chat would definitely be saying, we thought you were going to do something different. So yeah, spare me. Anyways, they exchange rings to each other, and we learn that Andrew is 38 years old. I cannot remember if I speculated his age earlier, but I could see 48 on him. But she said she was shocked and was expecting a lot younger, because she reveals that she is 22 years, which is right where I thought. He did seem shocked about her age, but says that she didn't run when she heard him say his age, so he won't run from hearing hers. Y'all, she said, well, the people have been saying that age is just a number, so we're good. Tell me, guys, what do y'all think about Libby and Andrew? I mean, they both were really shocked by each other's ages, so we're going to have to wait to see how that plays out. But I need to know, what do you think about this couple? Now we see Natalie on a hike with a guy named Logan. In the conversation, he shares that he's an only child who has always been asking for his dad to play when he was younger. But he mostly spent a lot of time alone. Logan said that in his past he's been known to run away when things get too serious, but he wants something serious at this point in his life. Natalie said in her confessional that she wants to find love. Everyone in her family is getting married, so she wants to find her person. I definitely remembered when I was at that point in my life where everyone was getting married, everyone was in a relationship, and I was still single. And the amount of pressure that came with that, but I made sure that I was ready and I wasn't allowing anyone to pressure me into making that decision. So I hope that this is something that she also did. She also shared that she just lost her mom to cancer, and that showed her how alone she has been, realizing that it's time for her to find her person. So these two are vibing and they're kind of building on their connection with each other. We now see Chris chatting with a woman named Leah. He's telling that lady how exotic her eyes are. Now, anytime you hear a man refer to a woman as exotic, just know he's never dated her race before. That man ain't never had no chocolate in his life. He does say that his background is Lebanese, and he also mentioned that his mom is from Haiti. And that's interesting, okay? So, we're officially introduced to Leah. She said she hasn't found love yet, but Leah is a very beautiful woman. She is very gorgeous. She says she wants the right person who chooses her, but she has a crush on Chris and she's happy that they're connecting and getting to know each other better. Now, Jorge and Vanelle are on a date. She tells him that she needed clarity from that other date, and being around that person made her realize how into Jorge she is, and she would like to continue the remainder of the experiment with just him. Now, what's with these men constantly talking about finding a ride or die? I just cannot with the ride or die term. Anyways, he does say that he's nervous to tell her his age. He insinuated that it's close to people's dad's age. This is how it has showed up for him in the past, which lets me know that this man is in his 60s, okay? Was that too high? I don't know. Maybe in his 60s is a little bit too high, but that's definitely what it was giving. But she does look like she's probably in her late 30s. Now, I wrote down in her 30s, but as I'm thinking about it, she later on said that being in the 40s is pushing it. So it had me wondering, okay, so how old is she? Is she 28-ish, thereabout? I cannot wait to find out. I bet you can't wait to find out too. So we get to the next day, and Vanelle and Jorge are going to the promise room. She keeps saying that she loves this man. She has found herself twice saying she loves this man, but she is nervous and doesn't know if she can move forward with him if he is in his 40s. We also have her saying that she has a confession to make and she's not sure how he's going to respond to it. Girl, what's the tea? What is the tea? Jorge is saying how intrigued Vanelle makes him feel. Okay, so they get to the promise room. She shares how she was looking for her potential partner and she feels like she's found that in him and didn't think she would find this deep connection. She shares how safe, cared for, and protected he makes her feel, and she loves the fact that he's been himself. He says that her cool, quiet energy calms him down because he's a 10. Again, he's talking about being on 10 all of the time, and for me, that's just a little bit too much. But if Vanelle loves it, I like it, okay? He said her calm nature, he needs that in his life. So, the thing that she had been holding back from him, well, it's about her celibacy. She's made a promise to God to wait till marriage, as she's been on this journey of celibacy for 2 years now. She also said that in her past, she has wavered her faith, but she's not going to do that anymore. Now, that man looked really disappointed when he heard that. But he tells her, well, if that's important to you, say it with your chest. And just by him saying that tells me that he was so disappointed. He says that he's never practiced that before, but he's going to respect it. She also brings up kids if he has or if he wants to have. He said he does want to have kids, but only in marriage. So they exchange the rings with each other and they both say to each other that they're choosing to commit. Now we find out that Miss Vanelle is 27. Now I said 28-ish, so I was close, okay? But come to find out, y'all, this man is 60. Y'all, I was right this time. I did say 60. But tell me, why did they end the episode that way? Y'all are so messy. And that's it for the recap, y'all. I need to hear from y'all. Please tell me, how are y'all feeling about these age reveals? Because I have questions. Let me know in the comments which couple shocked you the most in this episode. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who watches the show. And if you missed my episode 1 recap, go ahead and check that out right now. It's going to pop up anywhere on the screen. Thank you so much for watching Kay Unscripted, and I'll see you all in the next recap.